OKC goes up 3-2. Well, the potential superstar did not look like one at all last night. I mean, there was no excuse about how that went around. But the MVP showed out. OKC takes a 3-2 lead, in which they commanded the game. So Indy, yes, they're in trouble, knowing as the series shifts back to Indy. But you could also say that there's a little bit of pressure on OKC to close the series out because you don't want to go into a game 7 where anything can happen. So
You know, growing up, my favorite superhero is Batman. That is my guy. He kicks ass no matter what. But sometimes he needs a little help. And with that help, that brings in a Robin. Okay. Now, I say that because Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in this situation is considered Batman. He kicks ass no matter what team it is. Okay. Offense, defense, doesn't matter. You put him against anybody, he's gonna drop 25 to 30 points on you. And then there's Jalen Williams. J-Dub, I like to call him. J-Dub dropped 40 points last night. Absolutely torching everybody in the mid-range and the paint area, and even shooting a couple threes out there. And when I tell you that is one of the most dangerous duos I've seen in the finals in a very, very long time, it is one of the most dangerous duos, bro. They've had consistency throughout this entire series. They go hard no matter what. I mean, you can't ask for much more from what those two have given you when your third option isn't showing up very well in Chet Holmgren. Now, I will say on the other side, the Joker of this scenery is Siakam because he's just killing everybody. I love Siakam. Pascal Siakam is one of my favorite players in the league. He always has been since 2019, and it's really showing that he needs a little help. His leader is not showing up, and that's Tyrese Halliburton. So my point kind of stands on this. That Tyrese Halliburton is not a superstar, not a hero that you can rely on in most of these situations because of the inconsistency that he brings to the team. That's why they went out and got Siakam, because of the inconsistency that the team was bringing in the organization. They weren't consistent enough to win in the playoffs, so they brought a champion, and that's exactly what we're getting right now. Now, you said pressure. My last point, you said pressure. Okay, see, yes, there's a little bit of pressure, but they just won in Indy on Friday. So, I mean, I wouldn't say there's a lot of pressure in that regard. But again, if they lose, what are the likely chances they're going to lose in OKC again? I don't think there's a very good chance.
Not happening.
I don't think
it's not. I don't think it will happen.
Yeah. Go ahead.
They're 35-6 at home this year. Let's be real. This team is not losing this series anymore. Momentum is a real thing. All right. We've all known from playing our own sports in the past, however long it's been, right? Momentum is a real thing, right? OKC has all the momentum in the world right now, and they know that Indiana, not only will they have a chance to win at home and force a game 7, but then they have to go back to Oklahoma City. They have to go back to OKC and make things happen. Oh, there's the Batman car, the Batmobile.
That's what I was saying. Like, that's the Batmobile for real.
Why'd I call it the Batman car? What am I doing? Anywho, Oklahoma City, year in and year out, especially when this team is as good as they are right now, you go back to the early 2010s when they had the three of Russ, KD, James Harden, and then you had other role players like Serge, Enes Kanter, things like that. They are one of the toughest places to play as a road team in basketball. I think we can all agree with that. It's going to be one of the toughest tasks we will ever see an NBA team go through if not only can they win Game 6, that being the Indiana Pacers, but then have to go back to Oklahoma City where your back is not even against the wall. Your back is into the wall going up against Shea and J-Dub and Chet Holmgren. Aaron Wiggins is having a fantastic series. Cason Wallace just had double digits last night. The Dortcher Chamber is what we've been calling him all week, the last couple weeks. Lou Dort. Mm-hmm. He clamps anybody and anything.
He's a little dirty
with 2 legs that's in front of him. He's a ridiculous defender, and he had 9 points, 8 rebounds as well last night, 3-6 from 3. Lou Dort's a good 3-point shooter. He's a great 3-and-D wing. One of the best there is in this playoffs is Lou Dort. The Pacers, we've seen him do it, though. We've seen him come back from down double digits
They did
with
yesterday.
like less than 2 minutes to go. Less than 2 minutes to go. We've seen them come back from down double digits. And last night in the third quarter, they really had momentum on their side. Momentum shifted back with Oklahoma City in the fourth quarter because that's just how that works when you're down in OKC at that arena. But we've seen the Pacers do it before multiple times this postseason against the Bucks, against the Knicks. I mean, I don't think that Oklahoma City is out of the water just yet.
Well, no,
but Indiana has a tough road on one of the greatest playoff runs we've ever seen, to be quite honest with you. A very tough road.
Hey, what did I say at the beginning of this series? I said if the Pacers want to win, they will have to win in 7 games. That's it. They have to win in 7 games. Now they do. I mean,
they have a chance. My dad was like Indian 7 when he saw I think when he saw them like torch the Knicks right before they closed out the series. It was a game before that they went off and he was like Indian 7 or something for the finals or something like that. But yeah, but what I don't understand is that Rick Carlisle doesn't put T.J. McConnell in at all in the fourth quarter. What are we doing?
Yeah, that was something I was thinking about throughout that fourth quarter was how McConnell didn't get in at all.
He doesn't see the floor for at least a minute, 2
well,
minutes.
I'll tell you
Like-
why. I mean, you got Halliburton who makes all these, crazy shots at the end of the game. They thought they can maybe edge back a little bit and get
But the
Halliburton.
thing is, last night
Yeah, but
McConnell was able to get open, and
agree.
Halliburton was because I don't know if it was because of his leg injury. Lou
I don't
Dort was
believe
just
that.
locking
He
him
was on the
down.
court.
Cason Wallace was doing a good job. However, McConnell was the one who was creating instant offense for them. Every time he went on the floor, he was able to get open looks, even if he wasn't making them, which there was a couple that he missed. They were still a lot better shots than whatever Halliburton was going to be able to get them. And he created that spark plug, which really ignited that comeback. And once they threw Halliburton back in, he just wasn't quick enough to be able to get to his spots and get good shots up. So I think in that spot, you almost gotta, if you're Carlisle, I see the dilemma where it's your, as some consider him a superstar, your all-star level player. Just you have to play him, but at the same time, I feel like McConnell should have gotten some of those minutes, especially early in the fourth when they were really rolling.
McConnell should have. I think McConnell should have really seen a lot of tick because they were down like I think 6 or 7.
But who are they going to take out?
The
They're not going to take out Hallie. They're not going to take out Nemar. Who are going to take out? Not going to take out Mathurin.
Well, I mean, to begin the fourth quarter, you see how hot he is right now. I mean, you got to at least think about it.
No, I'm saying, though, it was the clutch time when Hallie was in, which he shouldn't have been in. I agree. It should have been T.J. McConnell with all those guys, all the starting lineup. But realistically, in those situations, we've seen it throughout the playoffs. You were talking about it last show, Jalen. Like, we've seen this starting 5 be so dynamic in the fourth quarter. Why would they take them out? Why would they switch that out? I understand the hot night T.J. McConnell had. I completely agree with you. But if we're talking just based on the entire postseason that we've been witnessing, I don't see an issue with keeping that lineup in. It's worked so far. Why change it?
And
yeah, I can see that. I mean, you hope that he gets out of a funk, but I mean, when a guy is, I'm not gonna say that he was like, oh my God, he was playing on like a bruised Achilles, but when a guy has
tight calf,
tightened up, he don't even look right. So it's like at some point you gotta have to coach like, okay, I might have to switch this up for just maybe let it ride for a minute. Let me see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
At least
I mean, like if you think about it though,
see what happens.
They were getting switches with him on Chet, and he wasn't able to beat Chet to the rim. Whereas in games 1 through 4, he was able to get to the rim, make some of those finesse layups that he's good at. But in game 5, he wasn't able to beat anybody. Lou Dort on screens, he was able to stick right with him. If they got the switches, which they didn't get very often, he still wasn't able to beat whatever big was on him either.
Right. So it's like, like I said, it's not excusable. I mean, it's unexcusable to play and not have a field goal. I mean, it's unexcusable. No matter how talented, no matter how bad you are. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're Michael Jordan or you're Jeff Teague. Like, in a playoff
Whoa.
game to where you
Random
Hey, don't slander Jeff
Whoa,
Teague.
whoa, whoa,
Don't slander
whoa.
Jeff Teague.
No.
You
That
could
man
have
had a
said Killian
You mean
Hayes.
NBA
well,
All-Star
I
Jeff
mean,
Teague?
whatever. I mean, Jeff Teague was great,
Game
but
5 of the
he
finals.
Point guard
Whoa.
of the 60-win Atlanta Hawks, Jeff Teague?
Hold on. You should
well, I
have
was
said
Stay
making
on
an
the group
example.
project with the Bucks, Jeff Teague.
Like I
You
went
could
from
have
what
said
y'all
Killian
was saying,
Hayes.
superstar to a really good player, and then I was gonna go to a average role player.
Average is crazy. You should have said Killian Hayes.
I was, but y'all said, "Oh, Jeff T." Y'all ain't give me a chance to say the average role player.
I don't know.
Like, I went from
we
the
stick up the
greatest.
Teague over here, bro.
I went from the greatest to really good, and then I was gonna go to maybe an average player in the league, like somebody like I don't. Who is an average player in the league now? I mean, maybe
Derek
Who
White.
is the Luke Ridnour equivalent in today's NBA?
maybe like somebody like
Pat
I don't even know
Connaughton?
what point. Like I don't even know what
Thomas
point.
Bryant.
Like, maybe somebody like Isaiah.
It's
Collier,
tough to say because Ridnour was a point guard. So, like,
That is
I guess. Okay, let me pull up his basketball reference real
true.
quick.
Today's
But
Luke
what-
Ridnour.
All of what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter how good you are or where you are on the totem pole of how like of a type of player you are.
I
You
feel
gotta
like-
find some way to score. I don't care.
Hear
if
me
you
out
hit
on
the
this,
free throw
Sam.
line. Like
TJ
when Shea didn't have
McConnell
it going, I think
is
what was it like
today's.
when Shea was like missing jumpers in Indy? What was that, game 4? He still got to the line, and then when it came down to 4, he found his shot.
Mm-hmm.
He's always going to get to the line. Though.
difference.
I mean,
we
he's
know
always
that.
gonna eat, but
We know that. Last night, I mean, he took what? Only 14? Which, I mean, we're saying only, but he took only 14. Jalen Williams got there 12 times.
like
Jalen
for
Williams got there
Hallie
almost as many times as Shea did. I think if Oklahoma City, or if Indiana is going to win Game 6, not only are they going to have to rely on the home crowd to kind of help propel them and get momentum on their side, they're going to have to try and keep Shea away from the line. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough.
They did it.
I
They
mean,
did it.
Nembhard did it in game 3. So
They did it in game 3, but he still had 30 points, 36 points.
It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but your best defenders are going to have to stick on Shea almost the entire game. We're getting to crunch time now. You can't have starters like Aaron Nesmith, Miles Turner playing 25 minutes. You can't have Pascal Siakam only playing 33. If I'm Rick Carlisle, I'm playing my top 8 guys the entire game in Game 6. And if and when we win, I'm playing those same 8 guys in Game 7.
Oh yeah, I think that comes down to I think Carlisle is gonna make that adjustment and be like, okay, this season is on the line here. Like we lose, we go home. So it's really do or die every single game now. So for them, so we'll probably see a lot more minutes from Nembhard and them. But yeah, like you're saying, like it's foul trouble is gonna be very important. Like if you get in foul trouble, you're gonna have to go to the bench. But
let's not excuse the 19 turnovers they had as well. They have been
like 19, 20 turnovers. I think that's the reason they lost.
I mean, that's the reason they've been losing all these games.
Yeah, like
that's all they do is turn the ball over, bro. And it's not. I mean, it's not because they're bad at offense, because obviously they're amazing. But the defense that we're talking about with the OKC Thunder is one of the best that we've seen in the last decade or two, bro. Like it's literally, they literally could compete with any team with any size. I mean, I'm not saying that their players are better than other players, but collectively as a team, they know how they have their system of defense, and it works completely well compared to other teams. Like if you put them against the Nuggets, it worked in Game 7. You put them against the Timberwolves, they shut them down. You put them against the Pacers now. I mean, it's looking rough for the Pacers because again, the matchups are so well rounded. They have from top to bottom, they are neck and neck. But who has the better players? Who has the better stars, the superstars? That's OKC, and that's what's going to get them over the hump if they win this next game. So I'm really excited to see. I really don't know what to expect in Game 6, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because I mean, Indy at home is ridiculous, and especially if Caitlin Clark's on the sideline for some reason, and they just play.
They literally turned into freaking Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
everything goes in.
So they're just insane at home. But I mean, we've seen them. We saw, OKC brought it down the crunch time. They came back in Game 4. They won the game. I mean, again, I don't know what to expect because it's so hard to tell with these home court advantages. All I know is that if it gets to 7, Thunder are winning, and
I
Yeah,
wonder
like
if
what we were saying, this series is
hear
great.
me
I
out
mean,
on
like
this,
people were saying, this
guys.
series is gonna be horrible.
What if the Pacers just kind of say, let Shea get his 35 and then try and stop everyone else? Do you
Nope.
guys think that that could work?
Nope.
I mean, it
Nope.
could, but you
No,
can't
it
really
can't.
say that because Jalen Williams is going to be hard to stop. Like
Nope.
it's going to
Because
be hard because he
if
gets
you
to the line too.
if you focus all your
He
things
gets
on
inside the paint.
if you focus only on Shea, Chet's gonna have a good game.
Oh no, I'm saying the opposite. You focus on everyone, like you still
Oh,
play Shea with like one-on-one,
but
but you
still though,
focus
that's
on
what I'm saying.
limiting everyone else's production.
That's what I'm saying though. If you focus mainly on Shea, everyone else is gonna have a good game because the team is so deep. If you like Jalen Williams is going to have a 30+ point game if they only focus on Shea. And if he doesn't, then Chet will. I mean, you can't focus on all of them at once because they're so good.
No,
I don't
I think what he's saying is we focus on Jalen Williams, Chet, Hartenstein, focus
Yeah,
on those
yeah.
guys,
I'm
and
trying to
then
say like
let
let
Shea go do
Shea
whatever
get
he
his
wants.
35 because you know it's going to happen whether you guard him super intensely or not. And then just try and limit, say, hold J Dub to 21, hold Chet to like 13, hold the rest of those guys under an
yeah,
X
but
amount of points to try and just score more than them, knowing that Shea's going to get his 35, whether you try and send all your resources at him or not.
and
You got a
why
point.
then I mean what if the Thunder do the same thing to them then? I mean that's the thing. That's the issue with this argument here.
Honestly, we don't. I honestly think we don't know actually what's going to happen because that's just how good this series has been.
I like where Chris is coming from with this,
Yeah,
but at
I,
the
do
I,
same
I
too.
agree. I
time,
like it. It's just like we have to
I
worry
like
about the defense.
I like the idea, but then we might witness the first 60 burger in finals history. Like that's the risk you run
Yeah.
with doing that, especially against such a ball dominant guard like Shea. That's the risk you run. It's a
Who's
tough
guarding him?
call. Rick Carlisle is a great coach, though. He's going to have to get crafty. And I really think the answer to the Pacers in game 6 lies in playing everyone that isn't named Johnny Furphy, Thomas Bryant, Ben Shepherd, those guys. I mean, your main 5, Siakam, Nesmith, Turner, Nembhard, Halley, and then Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell, and Benedict Mathurin whenever anyone else needs a break. That's what it's going to rely on for game 6. That's who the Pacers need out there for game 6. That's how the Pacers are going to win game 6. Even getting Mathurin some more minutes. He's a good perimeter defender. If that's what you want out on the floor, let's say Shea's on a hot streak. He's got 10 of the OKC's last 12 points. Throw in Mathurin. Let him guard the perimeter a little more intensely. Let Siakam and Turner take care of things down low, run a 3-2 zone. But who knows what Carlisle is going to throw out there. That's just what I'm thinking is you got to run a tight ship in game 6. A really
Sam,
tight
I see
ship.
what you're saying there, but there's no big man. There's no backup big in that 3. It's Toppin could maybe pass as like a 4 potentially, but with your idea, you're going to either have Siakam at the 5 or Turner playing almost the entire game.
That's just the way their roster is constructed. They have to do what they have to do now. They made their bed. Now they got to sleep in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. We got to wait 2 days before it comes back again, which is absolutely ridiculous because I just feel like I want to watch more basketball, but I guess Wednesday we won't have any sports to watch but baseball. So